Okay, give me a few seconds. Need to put the streaming on Twitch, on Twitter. English Luos, English. Almost done. Okay. To finalize shadow effect that I made for the 4 elements thing, I still need to get some tentacle kind of effect, which I was making here. I'm not really proud of the exact results, but it was a beginning. So I might go from scratch and recreate something like this. Actually, I'm just going to recreate it from scratch because, no, it might be a bit hard. Let me think. Yeah, from scratch. Actually, need to disable that stuff in the render setup. Okay. I want a simple cylinder at the core. It's a sphere is fine. There. And I'm probably gonna need some kind of pyramid torus cone thing. Let me think. Legos. Awesome. Forgot that I bought that tool. Let's see what will be the best way. I think and start with sphere as well. Very tiny one. Or pill thing. What's it called? Capsule. Yeah. There. I'm not worried about the amount of polygons because I'm going to render out a sprite sheet. So I can go all out with that kind of stuff. Let's see. That could work. Okay, the screen needs to be way bigger though. I need to alter some things in here. FFD box. 2x2x2 should be fine. Actually, let's do 3x3. There. Let's see what we can do with this. Gonna make it a bit taller. Where are my tools? There. Anything else that I'm gonna need? A bend and a twist. Let's rotate this about 20 degrees. Just like this maybe. That could work. Okay, let's see. I want this over. How many frames do I want? How much did I have in the previous one? Let me double check. Textures, probably in the dark range. Smoke, smoke, smoke. I'd expect them to be here. I do know that they are probably in the attack effect. Acquired. There we go. Dark tentacles. I didn't even name them properly. That's annoying. Then again, I can probably check it in the acquired. 20 by 10. Okay. So that's 200 images. 1209, that's 200 images, so I already set it up properly. Before I do the auto key, let me add the twist as well. Let's make it start just straight and about 15. I have no idea. Go a bit like this. Somewhere here, let's do there. And here, the same one again. That way it can loop. Still need to do the twist, by the way. I forgot that. Back to the beginning. The other bias I shouldn't touch. Oh, let's see. Doesn't need to be super moving, it just needs to have some movement. So that's one. Is that my office behind me? No, that's my kitchen. My very still unfinished kitchen. I wouldn't call it my office. Though then again, I like to cook, so... Also, hello, person whose name I cannot pronounce. Okay, let's animate this one. Hopefully it will be a bit different than the previous one. So, how do I pronounce your name? That might be handy. I'd like to know. Igor. The Igor, the one I also have on Facebook, or somebody totally different? Okay. Then hello, Igor. Okay, this already looks quite disturbing. In the wrong way, but okay, it's fine. Let's see. Okay, that's not what I want. What are you making exactly? I'm making something really weird. Can't show you the previous one, probably. It was basically this. Now, while it looks okay-ish, the effect, I want it to be a bit more uh, tentacle-y. Not sure how to give that a proper word, but I mean, this kind of looks cool, but it just misses something. I'm gonna try and see if I can get that effect by adding 2 more tentacles to that effect. And animate it just as weird as I did previously. So this is not a really super way of actually animating this kind of thing, but it works for what I want, so that's a bit fetish. I think that's my girlfriend who just came home. So ignore everything she might say. It's probably about food and stuff. Okay, looking at how the bottom one moves, the top ones are not behaving erratic enough, or the bottom one's rating is a bit too overactive. I'm gonna assume it's a bit too active. Well, Mood, she also, hey Mood, she's used at me doing weird stuff and saying weird stuff, so I don't think she would be that surprised, actually. Nope. Okay, why are you moving all the way there?
Zo, het is gelukt.
Hey, Suus.
Ja.
Okay, I need to explain to her that I'm streaming, so give me a few seconds. Ik ben ook aan het streamen.
Ik zie het.
Ja, dus dan weet je dat. Oh, nice. Ja.
En ja, lekkere dingen.
Okay. She basically went to a small local store that sells the most delicious snacks and that kind of stuff. So, food. Thank you. Okay, this is still too wide thing. Let's see. Yeah, I'm way over the top with the motions.
Oh, yes.
I don't want them to be pointing out that much because that will take up more space on the sprite sheet. That's why I wanted to keep it as horizontal as possible while still have a lot of motion. So I can also rotate the whole mesh when recording, but that will be a bit annoying. So let's see. That does look better. And the reason I'm beginning and ending at the same thing shape is that I can infinitely loop them. Okay, I do want this one to also have a bit more pointing to the right somewhere, so maybe around here. Let's see. Yeah. And when playing, that will look like it's still a bit too static, so I can tweak that a little bit with a few things. If I'm not messing it up, so let me save just in case. Tentacle. Ah. I don't use this part of 3ds Max that often, so let me grab these two and that one. And that should be here. And there's precision rotation, modify object, and here there should be the twist and the bend, yes, as you can see. And that's all the whole twist and bend thing. Let's see. Precision rotation, scale, angle, direction. And then there's also the twists, scale, angle. If I select everything in here, if it allows me, then I can basically smooth out the curves a little bit, as you can see. If I do this and I play, I can actually show you. As you can see, that's very erratic, as you with this one. So if I smooth that out instead, like a very nice smooth, then as you can see, it will move way more natural, way more creature-like. And I need to do that a few more times. Modified object, twist, and bend. You cannot scroll here with your scroll mouse, so you need to manually left click and move this. It's so annoying. Then again, what else would you expect from 3ds Max? Angle, direction, and wait, that's the bend. Where's the twist? There. And now for the last object. Oh, capsule 3 is here. Modified object, twist, freaking scroll, and bend. Angle, bias, yada yada. I think that's almost all of them at the same time. Okay. And now the movement will be a bit more like this. Just a little bit more sophisticated. Now I could also choose to make it show a bit more sideways, probably, like this. But it needs to be a flat front or left view, whatever. And yeah, that should be fine. Let me actually add a background to it. Oh wait, no, that's fine. Perspective. And get a simple box. And apply black material to that. Back to the left view, yes. I'm going to apply a few other things to these meshes. Among them, a relax, with a few iterations, and a turbo smooth. That way it will be way more smoother when rendering. 3 iterations, who cares? That way it will be nice and smooth. Now comes the annoying part. I need to get everything in frame, and I don't want to move it about during the frame rendering. So let's see. Default scanline is fine. Earlier to render will be selected, I think, or was it region? I think region. Oh well. And the size will be a width of 128 and a height of 256. That might be a bit too much. Let me do some calculations real quick. And I'm not good at math, so I'm actually going to use my phone for that. Would 160 work? Maybe. Let's try it. So what I want is that everything stays within this square, as you can see. I need to move it about, see if everything stays inside. It does. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit more. No touching on the right, no touching on the left. And that should be fine, actually. It's going to be a bit wider than the previous one, so I'm not sure if I can get to the whole full 200 frames, though. Let's see. If the height will eventually be 182, then I can have 4, 8. Okay. Okay. Where are you? Instead of 200 frames, I would have 100 and I think 160 for 5.9. I think I will press the wrong button for this. Let me double check. Yes. I haven't used this in so long. The end frame will be 159. And there. Let's try that. Then save as. As you can see, is the previous render output, which I still need to delete actually. Just make a new folder in here. New tentacle. Tenta. And let's save as PNG. Save. RGB is fine. I could do grayscale, but I'd rather do RGB for this kind of thing. Let's see what it does. I'm actually going to also show the folder next to it. That will be fun. And then art and design. This means render output. There. Okay, that will be render. I think it's not rendering the black part, the white part. That's weird. Thank you for that, listeners. Thank you so much. Oh god, really? Well, that should be fine. The illumination stays the same. the hell? Okay, that is rather odd. I've used the same setup before. What am I doing wrong this time? Going, that should be fine. That's fine.
Nee, dus even een vraagje. Moet ik misschien 1 seconde de tv aanzetten of is het echt niet mogelijk?
Moet ik even een reel afsluiten. Dat is geen probleem.
Kan dat?
Okay, some things might happen quite weirdly at the moment because whenever I turn on the TV, my computer decides to disable my monitors for a few seconds and dumps everything on the main monitor. Whenever Unreal is on, all my desktop icons will also be messed up. So that will be fun. I've never tried this while streaming, so no clue what will happen. Maybe I'll just crash and burn and you'll see me running around in fire and I'll be like, oh, particles and ow. But yeah. Ja, zet maar aan.
Ja?
Ja.
Zo snel mogelijk overnemen.
I don't need fast lighting, I don't need displacement, don't need effects, yada yada. Okay, all of a sudden you'll see a massive amount of menus probably, and I'm still not seeing my own monitor. There we go. This is the chat I'm looking at, and this is the OBS chat thingy, which I need to move back. Oh, actually Discord is still on the right channel.
Oh.
I don't want to know if my icons are moved. No, actually all my icons are still the same as well. No.
Ja, volgens mij is het gedaan.
Yeah.
Gelukkig.
Okay, back to looking at 3ds Max and why the hell it's not showing my renders. Let me try perspective for a second and then one out. Nope. Which is odd. Did I? Yeah, I did apply the materials to it. And the only thing I can think of is this being in the way, but I doubt it. Oh, and I moved the wrong thing, so I need to remove. Jeez, man. Oh, that should be fine, I think. Yeah. So let's not save every time I try this. This is so. And if I delete this, you must have felt object selected. What? Oh. Really? Is that the thing in this case? Oh, that's odd. And I never used area selected. Yeah, I should have used region. Okay, that's really that's a cool thing actually. Need to remember that for another time if I only need to render one specific thing. Anyways, back to saving. Render out all the frames and yes, there you go. And this should be the folder. Just overriding. Hey Diego, how are you, man? So I'm not sure if people can actually hear it, but I'm listening to the old Tournament and Unreal music, and it's still so good after all these years. Michiel van der Bos and Alexander Banner really did their awesome work. A few more and then should be done. Also, I'm not sure why I saved as 16-bit, but okay. Suus?
Ja, ja. It's alright.
Okay, now this part is done. Let's get one of my favorite small tools. Where's it? Glue it. This is just a nice little tool that helps with making spreadsheets. Add them. I need to get to the same folders here. So come on. There we go. Tenta, yeah, that should be all of them. And then columns. I think it was 10. And then that's done. There's a lot of space between all the items. That might be a bit annoying. I want to see it in the full image though. Save the image. I'm going to save that on the desktop real quick. 10 tasks. Come here. There we go. Oh, that's totally wrong in size. Okay. Yeah. Wait. Already better though. Still not good. It's probably gonna need 16 by 16. Once it's close to square, I'm fine with it. And since my math is so bad, I just need to guess more than that. I should. That looks better. Yeah. So now we go and take that into Photoshop. I'm actually gonna select it all and duplicate a layer and hide this one later. Make the background black. There we go. Let's change the image size to 1248. Actually, let's change the resolution. It doesn't matter, but just for OCD's sake. There we go. Now we have a nice little tentacle animation thing. I am actually gonna duplicate it a few times and add a blur and whatever. Just a little goes a long way. And then screen. Where's it there? Duplicate one more time. We still have this one. This looks a bit odd now for some reason. It's like I moved it accidentally. Okay, there we go. Should have added a black layer to that one as well. So get a normal one. Actually, it's not the normal one. This is. Let's see if there's some nice filter in the gallery that might add some cool stuff. Though it's so hard to see without a black background. Let me add that real quick. I just like to goof off with filters and see what the result might be. Let's start with statistic. See if there might be a nice edge effect or whatever. This makes it look way more thorny. That's actually quite cool. Okay, I'm gonna remember the dry brush. That's also very cool. We have miniature Shrek things. Or if you want droplets. This is just checking, see if there's some inspiration spark going on. I mean, I know most of the things what the filters will do, but maybe something like this might actually be really interesting and inspiring for something totally different. That's why I'm doing it. because who knows what you'll find. That's actually also a quite cool effect. I don't doubt that the stylized and whatever will give really good results. Neither will the textures, but let's go through them real quick. If you want the pixel effect, that might actually be quite cool. Same for that, but let's just go with that dry brush. It's actually a quite cool effect. Let's see. There we go. And then oh wait, I disabled the background. No longer I was not seeing anything. Is there anything that will add to this? Let's try to put this at the bottom and then let's see. Oh, that's loud. Next one. Does this look better than this? It does look a bit more scary-ish, demonish, in my humble opinion. If you people don't agree with that, then that's totally fine, of course, and then tell me. We can either discuss about it, talk about it, whatever. But I think it looks quite cool. I'm gonna duplicate it and blur the bleep out of it once more. Wait, maybe if I well, disable the normal one, but oh yeah, that's more than enough. Okay. Let me think for a second. Yeah, this is more than enough. I can work with this, I think. I'm gonna save it as it is. Let's see, art and design, textures. Actually, no, that should be on work because this is work related. The particle pack 2, darkness, textures. Textures for elements, tentacles, and it's 16 by 16. Which helps me for, this is just very handy. I know it's a 16 by 16 texture, that way I can easily set some stuff up in Unreal Engine instead of guessing. There. And I need to reopen my project, so there. I can close glue it for now. The folder I'll keep open. There we go. Wait, I just wanted to check something real quick. Yeah, it's 8-bit. Okay, that's fine. Make sure that everything's set correctly. Since it's going to be grayscale, I want to have the quality quite high. And I'm actually going to set this to effects, not that it matters that much, but this one is important. I'm going to set it to alpha. That way there only one layer will be saved. As you can see, if it was still RGB, like default, you can see the resource size is 5 megabytes. But that's because it's trying to combine the RG and the B channel and the RGB. But if you set it to alpha, because it's only one channel, it will only save one channel, and it will save you some memory. Everything else is fine. Yes. Okay, let's try that in the effects. Particles dark. Let's only look at the tentacle for now. I'm actually going to duplicate this and get the new texture going, which is actually I need to set it up in the material first, of course. There, that was the material. So let's just place it in here because I'm probably gonna remove the other one anyways. And there. And back to here. As you can see, it's a total mess at the moment until I change the linear blend here to 16 by 16. Oh, actually, was it 16 by 10? Apparently it was. Oops, now I need to rename the texture. Content browser. 16 by 10. There. And now you have this effect. So that went from a 3D model in 3ds Max to some flipbook stuff in Photoshop, and now we have this going on. Let's see if what it looks like if we have both of them activated. Okay, that one is not working anymore. Okay. Let's increase the size a little bit. 400 maybe. And this one will be 340. As you can see, their tentacles are now just sticking out a little bit, and that's the effect I want to go for. If somebody thinks, yeah, the 2K texture is way too expensive for my effect, you can easily disable it, and it won't really affect it that much. It's just some little additional effect that's actually quite nice. I'm gonna just a little bit still, maybe 380. Let's make this 420. There. Well, the ball is 3D mode, so there's already quite a lot going on. It's not really a ball texture. Let's see. There's this regular smoke coming. Well, it's better to see this in motion. That way it makes more sense. Let me get the particle actually in this viewport. That way it makes more sense. It will be moving, as you can see. And if you then see the tentacles, if I had to bake this, the tentacles inside the smoke that's already there, then I will be wasting a lot of space inside the smoke. Because it's fine when it's moving, don't worry. Let me just give you a small example. If you have a simple smoke texture, which is basically just this, then if I had to add the tentacles to this, then I might need to actually make this texture, the ball, smaller and have more wasted black space. So that's why I'm actually doing those separate. And the overdraw is not that bad. I mean, I'm adding LOD, so only when it's close up the overdraw might be a bit bad, but it should be fine in normal cases. Detail lighting, where are you? No, that's not detail lighting. That's shader complexity. Where's the... Where's the grab thing? Jesus. Okay. Alt 8. When it's moving, it's not that bad, as you can see. And it won't be standing still. If it's like this, then the person using it is using it wrong, because it should be moving. And that's also something sometimes you have to not forget, because I tend to well, it will always be moving in this case. So there won't be a moment where this ball will be static. And a good example for that would be in the actual level. Let me open the level. Well, not the level, but the showcase. There. Play. I think this is the one. That's basically the way. It's going to be a projectile. So if the projectile is standing still, then something is wrong actually. And as you can see, there's just a little bit of, I hope you can see it because the frame rate might be a bit off, but just the little tentacles, it does add something. And I'm going to disable those on the distance. So actually I can show you that now. I think I already have LOD set up, yeah. Basically on LOD 0 it has all the details, and on LOD 1 I want to reduce the draw calls and etc, etc. You can deactivate components of a particle except when swarm rate parameters. You can actually deactivate components of a particle in the LODs. So let's say I don't want these particles on the LOD 1, I can just disable them. And on LOD 0 they will still be here, but when the particle is a little bit further away, it actually won't show the tentacles anymore. So only when it's close up, when it has reason to have high detail, you'll see the tentacles. And now that you won't see them anymore. And I could actually change the spawn rate as well, but let's just disable them in this case. And also go for the lead smoke. I'm gonna duplicate from higher. Same with these. Oh wait, actually don't need to require it, I need to spawn. So expand all. In this case, with the first LD kicks in, I only want to spawn 15 of these, and the constant rate will be slower as well. There is no burst here at the moment, so let's go to this one. Does this have a burst? No. I'm also going to reduce that constant. I'm not the person who does all the blueprints in this case, but I think you can. You can force blueprints through ini files, through other settings as well. So I'm sure you can do it through blueprints. The tiny dots can definitely be way lower. Duplicate from higher. This is to 3. Duplicate from higher. And this actually does have a burst. And let's lower it to 200 for the first LOD. Now we need to do it again for the second LOD. Well, the tentacles are already disabled. We can disable maybe one of the spark effects, but that might be a bit sad. Okay, here from higher again. Okay, those are already set, I think. On this one. There's no burst skill at the moment in this one. That's weird. Something wrong here at least. Oh well. Let's do maybe even less 80 in this case. You should be fine. You should be fine compared to the previous one. Okay, 23. So I'm actually going to delete this LOD because something is wrong in this one and create a new one. You didn't copy them from the previous. Oh, I don't need that. This one can just disable. there. From 300 we can go to 100 on this LOD. Let's do 10, 2. Nope. Let's do 2 and 3. Let's do 2 maybe, if I have enough for this one. And for you, I'm gonna do 15 and 2. So that way on the furthest. Oh my god, really? Did the LOD skip again? Control Z all the things. Okay. LOD 0 is 300. Sometimes I hate this system. I hate this. Okay, back again. You should be 200. 15, 3. I hate repeating myself. Uh, 15, 2. Next LOD. Okay, let's do 80 for this one. That should be fine. Double check if I'm still on the right LOD. 52. This is a bit lower, just to commit that this is the lowest LOD. 3, 1. And this one should be probably 10 or so. Okay, well, this should be fine. I don't like that black gap here though. Okay, that's somewhat better. I can live with that. And then I also have to set LEDs, which is something that somebody else needs to finalize, but the first LED should kick in about 1,000 meters, and this one 1,000 units. And this one could be 2,000 units. Okay, that should be fine. This is LED2, and LED1 has the additional details and that kind of effect. Oh yeah, another particle thing done with LEDs. And I'm finally having the new tentacles, which are looking way better. Additionally, because I haven't really told you how to set them up properly, in the required node you have the sub UVs. If you have them on none, then it will be static. You can do random, like this. And it will try to pick a random one, but it does a poor job at it. So linear blend is often the best way, and then just go to sub UV movie and set the starting frame to 0. That way it will select a random starting frame and then just play from there. Now I can slow this down. Let's do it actually 1. It should be visible, but the difference between that and 60 should be quite some in the animation. But yeah, you can see it a little bit. Now let's try the random. It's barely moving. Random blend. Yeah, not gonna happen. Just gonna do linear. Okay. And I think that's gonna be all the time I have for streaming today. Maybe I'll stream a bit more tonight, but I'll see. I'm gonna hope to see you guys later. Somebody was following me, but I forgot to double check. Admiral Shenanigans, thank you for following. That's awesome. And I wish you all well. Have a good day. Take care, everyone.